Hi, so welcome back to another video, I guess. I just wanted to get on here and talk about a little bit about the TikTok ban, I guess. I don't know. It technically today was the day that TikTok has been banished from the United States. Um, but then I had seen that some people said that it was back on. And I don't know. I know when I tried to scroll through TikTok, like it would let me get on the app, but then it would say, sorry, it's not available in the US, close the app. So I just decided to delete it. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't keep up with the news. Shame on me. But sometimes the news can be very depressing and it brings a lot of anxiety to me. So a lot of things I necessarily don't rely on the media to give me my news, but like I'll look and see what's happening in social media and just be like, oh, shoot. And I might research it, whatever. But I wanted to get on here to say that I feel like with TikTok being gone, like I noticed myself not knowing what to do. I'm so used to scrolling and looking and like finding ideas and stuff. And I really didn't even think that TikTok would make that big of an impact on my life, I guess. So it's just funny to see how before TikTok, it's almost like, do you ever remember life before what it is now? But anyway, I think for me, if it is back, fantastic, because that's where I technically started my journey. Oh, social media journey. Um, and now I'm kind of starting a YouTube journey. I'm still on Instagram and I'm on Pinterest. And they took off Lemon 8 because I guess that was a part of TikTok too, which I didn't know that. But so I think if it is back, I'm still gonna take like a week off of it just to find other options and see what other outlets I can get into, even though I'm still not for sure on what I want to do as far as like my creative outlet for my content, even though it's kind of up in the air on whether I'm gonna be posting more on YouTube or just sticking to what I was doing on TikTok, which was if there was like a creative idea or something that I wanted to talk about, then I would post. But other than that, like I said, this whole YouTube thing is still like an experiment to me. Technically, I'm not even supposed to be showing my face in this video, but whatever. It is what it is. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna take a week off from TikTok and I'll see if it's back on. If it's not back on, it is what it is. If it is back on, it is what it is. Um, but on another note, I am starting school this week and I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that's nervous and then there's another part of me that is excited. Excited because I'm back in school and technically like the main thing I wanted to do when I was wanting to go back into school was take a drawing class or just like an art class in general. Um, and this semester at my community college, I'm taking drawing 101, fashion merchandising, apparel, aesthetic, and I'm taking a intrapersonal communications class. And I'm supposed to be taking a math class, but I'm not taking a math class. That's that's not an option right now because math is not my best friend. I'm okay at it, but um anyway, it, I will say like the drawing class, like I'm an okay drawer. I'm not like an expert. Like I'm pretty good at like cartoons and things like that, or just my style of art. Like that, her, I'm not that advanced. I'm not that advanced. Even this, the feather, I'm not that advanced. But like I can do like the outline and things like that, but like actual details, that's where I need help in. Um and even fashion, apparel, aesthetic, whatever it's called, I'm I'm pretty basic when it comes to styling myself. But like it's just it's more so this year, this time around, going back into school is more so of taking classes that spark my interest, or something that I feel like would be of interest to me in the future, or just something I want to learn more about. Now, the communications class, it was more so my Holy Spirit telling me to take it, because in all honesty, I don't like to talk. I like to talk to like people I'm close to, but even then, like I'm a pretty shy, introverted person. So taking a communications class, and it's a necessity, I guess, for my life. But I also am a manager. So like I'm constantly having to talk to people and give out presentations and do pre-sorts and stuff like that. So when I first went to college, I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to give presentations. I didn't even want to introduce myself to the class. That's how shy and introverted I was. So I feel like this time around, you know how they always say, "Oh, well, who wants to go first?" I never wanted to go first. I didn't mind being in the middle. I didn't mind being the fifth or second to last person that went. And sometimes I didn't even want to do that. Like I did not want to get up and do a presentation at all. And I feel like this time around, now that I'm a little older and I'm a little bit more comfortable with getting up and presenting, I don't know if I would be the first person, but I would probably be the second person. But I don't know. I might surprise myself and I might be the first one to volunteer and get it out the way. So that's what makes me excited to go back to school this time around. Um, what makes me fearful is being able to do it, do all of it. Because I've tried, so I got my associates in 2016, 2016 May. I graduated, and then I transitioned into university. And I working then? I think I was trying to work and go to school, and which is what I'm doing now. And at the time in 2016, when I transitioned from community college to a university, I was still living at home with my mom, but I was also taking care of my mom at that time. And I was working, or beginning to work and do school. And that was the first time I've done both, because throughout my time in community college, my mom was paying for everything. And like whatever I was reimbursed, or my refund from my FAFSA would pay for like, the groceries, or I'd give her that for my rent, whatever. But like me going to school was my main focus. Whereas of now, my mom has passed away and I live on my own. So all my bills are my responsibility. Like all the utilities are in my name. My apartment's in my name. Like I don't have financial help in a sense of having somebody be here while I focus mainly on school and not be distracted with everything else that's going on. So anyway, this time around, that's what makes me nervous, because I tried going back to school when I was working at Walmart, and granted, I did okay, but I felt myself one, not enjoying it because it wasn't something that was of my interest. It was business leader no, it was like a business leadership class, I think it was. Like, granted, I got it. You know, I use it, I put it on my resume that I have some training in business leadership. So it was good, but like, I wasn't fully committed. And I don't know if it was necessarily because I was also working and going to school, or it was mainly because it was something that wasn't of my interest at the time. It's still not of my interest, just because me personally, I'm not a business person. Like, granted, I understand that maybe one day I will have my own business and things like that, but like, I'm not solely focused on business. I'm more so of a personal person. So, and more discussions on that later. But like, it just wasn't it either way it goes. Like, I wind up getting out of school and just working. Now this time around, like, it's the same thing where, oh, I tried doing I tried going back to school again while also working part-time, and I felt myself getting stressed out. Now this was when my mom was still living. I tried going back to school again, and like, I think it was 2017, 2018, and again, like, math was not my strong suit, and I did take a math class. I had an English class. I had a college success class, which that's not really a hard class that you college success class you can pass. Dang near, if you don't show up to the class, if you don't participate in the class, you'll always pass. But and then my fourth class was a LGBTQIA plus and women's studies class, which I actually liked. And I did pretty decent in that class. I think I got like either a B or a C. If it was a B, it was a low B, and if it was a C, it was a high C. So I did decent in that class. My math class, I struggled in because, one, I was so tired, and the person that was teaching the class, bless that man, but I just couldn't get with it. I would fall asleep. I just couldn't do it. Shall I say, I just wasn't as focused. I wasn't focused in it. My English class was kind of annoying, and I wanted to be a writer, which you would think like I would excel in English class. No, I don't think I did good, and I think that was more so an online class. And with online classes like that, again, that's a whole nother discussion. But I would say 2 out of the 4 classes that I took that year, I did well in by the hair of my chinny chin chin. But the other ones suffered. And I felt bad because I'm like, I'm trying to, one, get my bachelor's degree, but also I'm this close to graduating and getting my bachelor's. Like, there shouldn't be nothing holding me back. But I also need money to help out my mom. And now I need financial stability to keep a roof over my head. And also, I'm an adult. I don't have the option of moving back home. I mean, I do, but that's not the option I want for myself, is to move back home. I've been on my own since technically 2019. that's 6 years starting, you know, starting this year. Technically, it's 5 years, but either way it goes, I've been on my own for 6 years, and call it prideful or whatever, but I refuse to move back home because I don't have a back home. I do, but like where I am right now, I don't have that option, and I don't want that option. So me going back to school, that fear is this time around, I really want to try my best. Or not try, but I want to do my best. Like nothing below, honestly, nothing below a B. That's what I'm setting for myself, is nothing below a B. A C, I'll take it, but depending on which class it is. Like if I get a C in drawing, I'm okay with that because, you know, like I said, I'm not that great of a drawer. So, but the other two classes, nothing below a B. And I want to prioritize better. I want to do time management better and study, and also experience life as well. But like this time around, I really want to take my education seriously, even though I'm taking classes aren't that doesn't necessarily match my degree, because I'm just taking classes just to take classes to see if I can. So, but I want to take this time serious, because whether I do achieve my bachelor's, whether I don't, I still want to take school seriously. That's the least I can do, and that's something that I feel as though is what this year is destined for me to do. So, but I say all that to say that's probably why I'm taking a week off of Instagram, if it is back, or not Instagram, a week off of TikTok if it is back. If it isn't back, that helps me stay focused on what is top priority to me. And top priority to me right now is school. You would think I would say my job, but I don't know. My job is, I probably shouldn't say, but it's, anyway, that's a whole nother discussion on that topic, but maybe at a later time. But other than that, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. uh, I guess till next time. I probably will. So this is the first week of class. This Wednesday, January 22nd is the start of class, and I think I will post, like, you know, if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to take like my tripod and everything in the class unless it's drawing. But like I want to kind of document like my school experience this time around, because like I said, I'm older. When I first went to school, I was 17, 18, and I'm 29 right now. So I'm going back to school at the age of practically 30. So this is a whole different ball game. And another thing is, these math is different from when I was in school, because like they started putting the alphabet and started doing that log times 10 and parentheses and exclamation points and brackets and that U and infinities and decimals and fractions. And I was just like, ugh. I had to take a math placement test to place in a math class that I needed for my degree this time around. The practice test, I scored higher, which would have, so the higher the score, I wouldn't have had to place. I could bypass that class. But then the second time, technically, because when I had applied to take the test, you're supposed to do a practice test first and then the actual test. And I thought that, you know, the practice test was just optional, like it was something that I didn't need to do. But anyway, I digress. But when I went for my time bracket, it gave me the practice test first, and then I had to go again and take the actual test. So the practice test, the first time, I scored higher. And then the second test, I scored and placed in the actual class. So it's kind of like, dang. But honestly, the higher score would have put me in a more tougher class. So it's probably best that I did score or placed in the actual class that I needed to take. So, but I can't complain. I'm not trying to complain. There's a lot of other things that I could be worried and complaining about or be grateful for anyway. So, but anyway, yeah. So we'll see. We will see. I think this semester will be different from the other semesters that I've done in the past. Like I said, I'm a little bit more wiser. I'm a little bit more wiser now than I was when I was, you know, well, wiser, and I understand what it is I'm supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. Like, you know, when you're younger, you're told, oh, go to college, you'll figure it out, blase, blase, you got the whole world ahead of you. And that's true. I mean, just because I'm 30 doesn't necessarily mean that the world still isn't ahead of me. But now that I'm close to 30, at least when I was 18, I was shooting for the stars. Now that I'm 30, I'm shooting for one star. Or better yet, I'm shooting for the moon. So I have more of a direction of where I want to go. I'm not just going just to go. Like, I have a plan, or I know where I want to go. I'm not just free balling out here. I'm not going all everywhere, even though I'm still going this way. But at least I know that I know what the end result is. Even though that end result might not be the result that God has for me, I still know my end result. Like, this time around, I'm not too concerned on whether I get a bachelor's degree or not. Like, I would still want to aspire for that, and I still would like to achieve that. Like, I would still like to achieve getting a bachelor's degree. I would. Now, do I know if it's going to be degree in art, if it's going to be a degree in fashion merchandising, if it's going to be a degree in painting, drawing, fine arts, or just general studies? I don't know. But at least now I have an idea that I would like to achieve it. However long that takes, I'm not concerned with. When I was younger, I was like, no, I had to have my bachelor's by 24. Well, 24 is done already passed. So right now, if I get it, I get it. However long that takes. Yeah. Yeah. I have goals that I know that I want to achieve. And I know what is top priority right now. And I want to follow through. I put my mind to it. I'm going to stick with it. And what is to come is to come, and I'm going to give myself grace for it. So, till next time.